94.7 The Block with your girl Shayla, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we have the pleasure today to speak to Dr. Kordai DeCoteau. She is a cancer warrior, understands the importance of looking your best even when you may not feel your best. Dr. DeCoteau, who goes by the name Dr. D for short, uses a platform to empower via her testimony for those living with cancer, and Dr. D is also a New Jersey-based podiatrist with an impressive and lengthy resume in the medical field. After completing her residency at St. Barnabas Hospital in the Bronx, she became the hospital's first African-American female surgical resident in podiatry. Welcome to the show, Dr. D.
Thank you so much.
Well, it wasn't long ago, like 3 years ago, when you were diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. Can you tell us what were your signs and the moment you were told?
So I felt my own lump. I had a history of what's called a fibroadenoma, which are non-cancerous masses or lumps that can be found in the breast. Very common, particularly in women who are non-menopausal, and also cystic breast, which we find in women of color. So I had a mammogram and an ultrasound. I've been having a mammogram since my 30s, and this was determined.
Dr. D, let's talk about the decision-making process for treatment. Does the doctor say what they suggest and you go along with it, or do you get a second opinion? What do you suggest?
I would tell everyone get a second opinion. My colleagues were the best of the best, and I still said I need to hear a second opinion to make sure you're treating me not as your friend, not as your colleague, but as the right patient. I weighed my options. I researched. I talked to folks because I did not want to be convinced into I only have to do this. I wanted to know percentages. And what I ended up doing was having a lumpectomy, chemotherapy for 5 sessions, radiation for 22, hormonal chemotherapy, and my success rate at that point was deemed to be 95%. So I would recommend anyone get a second opinion. If you're right, you need to make sure that you have options to make your best choice, and definitely having an advocacy, something like my group, Talk to Dr. D, my advocacy, to ask questions that maybe you're not getting from your primary or not comfortable getting from your primary or specialist.
Dr. D shares this information on her podcast called Talks with Dr. D. Tell us where we can find it.
Talks with Dr. D is on all things social media. You'll hear on YouTube. Just look up Talk to Dr. D. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. And my website, www.talkswithdrd.com.
I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. D. She is one of DJ John Quick's Heroines of Excellence. And she's also going to be one of my unsung phenomenal women who will be celebrated November 20th at the Robert Treat, along with the women who are making an extraordinary mark in their respective communities. You can meet Dr. D there and find out more. Go to my IG page, Shayla Kiss. Now, where can we find you, Dr. D?
Talks with Dr. D when it comes to anything related to breast cancer. And again, neighborhood health. We're located in Plainfield and Elizabeth, providing you excellent care.
Dr. D, can you speak into the spirit of some women who may have been diagnosed with breast cancer recently?
Take a deep breath, listen to what your doctor is saying. 2, go with someone. There is nothing like the power of sisterhood or brotherhood to make sure that someone is hearing exactly what you're hearing. And realize that you're not alone. There's so many groups out here like myself, Talks with Dr. D, that are empowering you, giving you information, even if money is an issue, groups that will support you, people who even take you to your treatment. You're not alone. It's a sisterhood, and we're going to beat breast cancer one day at a time.
And there's your sisterly kiss. Join Dr. D on the Making Strides Walk tomorrow in Newark. And next week, Dr. D will address, should we get more than one testing method? Because you know there's 3, mammogram, ultrasound, and MRI. All right, so join me next Saturday right here, honey. I'm Shayla. God bless you. We'll talk again, God willing, on 94.7 The Block.